Let's see. In the world of decentralized finance, the famous DeFi, everything moves very quickly, and in a place like this, where there are no banks or intermediaries, trust is everything, right? But let's see. Where does that trust come from? Just see a little green verified symbol to rest assured. Well, today we are going to delve fully into the 1TimeClub proposal to understand their approach. And well, this is the 1,000,000 question, right? Anyone who has gotten into the BNB chain has surely seen that famous green check on BSS scan next to a contract. And let's be honest, it kind of feels like this is safe, but is it for real? Well, get ready, because today we are going to break that myth. Or let's start with the basics. What is 1TimeClub? Think of it this way. It's a bridge, a direct connection to the largest liquidity provider in the entire BNB chain. And here comes the most important thing of all. The bridge idea is key. Imagine that funds travel over this bridge, cross it, but never park on it. In other words, the 1TimeClub contract is not a safe, it doesn't store anything. Its only job is to be an intermediary channel one that takes the assets from one point to another directly to the Venus protocol. And this is fundamental. It is not a custody contract. What does that mean that you never have control of the funds? Well, how exactly does this bridge work? Let's see the mechanism of the system as it operates inside. You will see that it is quite direct. Let's see the functions of the contract. There are 4, and they are super clear. First, verify the signature and connect us to Venus. Simple. Second, it is in charge of the internal commissions for recreational functions. Third, it manages everyone's contribution to the UST pool. Fourth, and pay attention here, because this is the most important thing, it protects the assets. But how well? It does not protect them itself. Security and liquidity are guaranteed directly by the Venus protocol. The contract, in essence, delegates that responsibility. And through this connection, you can get up to 1.4% daily. Sounds amazing, right? But let's see where that number comes from. Obviously, it is not magic. There is a logic behind it, since the answer lies in Venus. These returns are generated by the Venus market algorithm itself. There's no one person or committee deciding how much you're going to do. It's pure and simple supply and demand. And this, of course, means that yields vary, and a lot. One day it can be 1 cup, the next day a completely different one. It all depends on how the market is moving at that time, and here we have to pause because this is key to understanding how the entire system is built. A time club does not decide the fees, cannot, has no control over that financial logic. His only job, his only function is to be that connector, nothing more. So at the end of the day, liquidity, silver, is guaranteed by Venus's giant global pool. That's where asset security rests. All trust is placed in the robustness of that protocol that is already super tested and audited very well. Now let's get to the heart of the matter, to what really matters, safety. This is where 1TimeClub proposes a new approach, something that goes beyond the simple cosmetic verification we see out there. Let's think 1. Second, what really is a verified contract in BSC scan? Many people think that it is a seal of security, but not the only thing it means is that the code that we can read, the source code, is the same that was executed on the blockchain, and that's it. It's not a security audit. It doesn't tell you if the contract is fair, if it has flaws, or worse, if it has a backdoor. In fact, and this is what's a little scary, a verified contract can be super dangerous. Why? Because it may still have a logic that is not obvious in the code. It may make calls to other external contracts that no one has reviewed. It may have economic failures, or most seriously, it may have a backdoor designed to get all the funds and the green check. Well, the green check doesn't protect us from any of that. And here the two security philosophies are very clear, right? On the one hand, verification via scan is declarative. Someone says, this is my code, and trust is already placed in the person who uploaded it. On the other hand, the architecture of 1TimeClub is totally different. Here, the trust is not in a person, but in the system itself. How the ownership of the contract was renounced, that is, it no longer has an owner. The logic of how you make money is in wines, not here, and the code is immutable. It's in IPFS trust in the architecture, not in the implementer. And this phrase sums it up perfectly. A verified contract can be dangerous. One without an owner, with proven external logic and immutable code. It can offer greater real security. That's what real security is all about. It's not a pretty little stamp. It's a design that eliminates the possibility of a person getting their hands on it. It is removing from the equation the need to blindly trust someone, or K. We already understand the philosophy. Now let's go to the practical part. A guide to good practices so that everything flows well and safely. Let's talk about gas, a key topic in blockchain. The recommendations are simple. First, always use the gas rate recommended by the wallet. Second, if a transaction fails, it is most likely due to a lack of gas. The solution is to try again with more gas, not less, and very importantly, for a transaction to run out of gas is a normal thing of the blockchain, not a bug of the one-time cloud system. Another useful thing, the platform uses a multi-connector. This means that if for some reason one wallet is not working well, no problem, just try another one and that's it. Can the operation continue? Now let us move on to another very important topic, the rules of the referral system. Be careful here, because everything is automated in the smart contract and has a very strict anti-abuse logic. It is essential to understand how it works, and rule number 1, the most important, is this. Inviting someone alone does not generate commissions. The smart contract only registers a user in the system when that person makes their first investment. Before that, for the contract, it is as if it did not exist, and in this table, it looks perfect. How is the chain formed? Look at the correct chain. User A reverses and is registered, then invites B, who also reverses. The chain is valid. Everything is fine. Now look at the broken chain. A invites B, but B does not reverse, and still B invites C. What's the matter? The chain is broken, for contract B never existed. Therefore, the connection with C did not exist either. And of course, no commission is generated. And this is definitive. There is no going back. If a chain is broken, it cannot be rebuilt later. It's not that, well, now I reverse and it's fixed, right? The reference is assigned only once at the time of registration in the contract, and that connection is immutable. It cannot be changed. The system is made this way on purpose, so that it is fair and cannot be manipulated. So the rule is super simple and easy to remember. First invest, then invite. That's the order. There is no other. And all this leaves us with a final question to ponder. Is total decentralization the only way to build trust? The one-time-club model, where ownership is relinquished and logic is delegated to a proven protocol, suggests otherwise. Perhaps trust in the DeFi world does not come from promises or green checks. It comes from an architecture that by design does not need to be trusted. No one. Maybe trust is not earned, it is programmed.